In today's video, we are diving into a topic you've probably heard about and might even struggled with: perfectionism. You might think of it as just wanting everything neat or being the best at everything. But there is more to it than just desire for clean desks or perfectly aligned bookshelves. In this video, I'll uncover the real story behind perfectionism, show how it's not all bad, and teach you how to tweak your perfectionist habits for a happier, more satisfying life. Perfectionism goes beyond a simple preference for order. It's an internal drive for flawlessness that sets extremely high standards for oneself or others. This can apply to any aspect of life, from work to personal relationships. It's like setting a bar so high that it's nearly out of reach, pushing you to strive for absolute excellence. So, where does this trait come from? Often it starts early. Imagine a kid who feels they need to be perfect just to be loved or accepted. That's a heavy weight to carry, and it can shape them into a perfectionist as they grow up. This trait isn't just about high standards. It's deeply tied to our emotions and can even show up alongside mental health challenges like anxiety or obsessive-compulsive disorder. Now you might be wondering, isn't perfectionism a good thing? Well, it can be. It drives some people to incredible achievements, but it has a dark side too. It can lead to stress, burnout, and strained relationships if it's not managed carefully. Perfectionists often have a distinct perspective on themselves and their actions. They don't just notice imperfections in what they do. They feel a deep need to correct them. For example, when they see something they've done that isn't perfect, they might feel a strong pressure to fix it right away, while others may be content with their efforts and think, "I did my best." A perfectionist may struggle with self-criticism, feeling that they must constantly strive for flawlessness. This internal pressure can lead to feelings of frustration and anxiety, as they push themselves to meet impossibly high standards. Some signs that you might be leaning into perfectionism include not only setting incredibly high standards, but also being overly sensitive to stress, putting off tasks because you're afraid you can't do them perfectly, and basing your self-worth on your achievements. You might also expect a lot from others, fear rejection, or get caught up in overthinking. Interestingly, research shows that perfectionists often feel more stress and are more prone to social anxiety. It's not just about wanting to be perfect. It's also about how stressful and isolating it can feel when you are constantly striving for something that's just out of reach. Perfectionism isn't a one-size-fits-all trait. It actually comes in different forms, each affecting people in unique ways. Let's explore the three main types of perfectionists. First are self-oriented perfectionists. These individuals set incredibly high standards for themselves. They are the ones who push themselves to achieve excellence in everything they do, often placing immense pressure on themselves. This drive can lead to impressive achievements, but it can also result in significant stress and self-criticism if goals are not met. For self-oriented perfectionists, the mantra is often, "If I want it done right, I have to do it myself. Other-oriented perfectionists project their high standards onto others. They expect perfection from friends, family, and colleagues, which can strain relationships and create a tense environment. This type of perfectionism often stems from a belief that everyone should share their commitment to excellence, leading to frustration when people don't meet their expectations. These perfectionists might frequently find themselves disappointed or annoyed by others' perceived shortcomings. Socially prescribed perfectionists believe that others expect them to be perfect. This perception can be incredibly stressful because it feels like there is always an audience judging their every move. These individuals worry about living up to external expectations and are highly sensitive to criticism. Their perfectionism is driven by fear of letting others down, and they often struggle with feelings of inadequacy regardless of their accomplishments. In addition to these types, it's important to distinguish between adaptive and maladaptive perfectionism. Adaptive perfectionists strive for excellence, but can accept less than perfect results without undue stress. They use their high standards as a motivator by maintaining a healthy perspective on success and failure. Maladaptive perfectionists, on the other hand, find it difficult to enjoy their achievements because they always focused on their flaws. Their perfectionism leads to procrastination, avoidance, and significant distress, impacting their overall well-being and ability to function. Perfectionism isn't necessarily the problem. It's how we react when things don't go perfectly that can cause trouble. Imagine you are organizing a big family dinner, and the dessert turns out a bit lopsided. Do you dwell on this small flaw and let it ruin the evening, or do you laugh it off and enjoy the time with your loved ones? The way we handle such disappointments can make a big difference in our happiness and mental well-being. When we are kind to ourselves and accept that not everything has to be perfect, we tend to feel better and stay motivated. However, if we are overly critical, when things fall short of perfect, it can lead to unnecessary stress and dissatisfaction. Understanding that imperfection is a part of being human helps us to accept our flaws and grow at our own pace. It's about allowing ourselves to make mistakes and still appreciate our efforts. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for dealing with perfectionism. This involves staying focused on the present moment and accepting it without judgment, like noticing how you feel while doing a task without getting upset if it's not perfect. Research shows that mindfulness can calm out negative thoughts and reduce feelings of stress in demanding situations. For those who often feel stressed or socially anxious due to their perfectionism tendencies, mindfulness can be incredibly beneficial. It helps in managing emotions better, leading to less stress and anxiety. Ambition is crucial, no doubt, but it's equally vital to set goals that are within reach. Break tasks into bite-sized chunks to keep motivation high and overwhelm at bay. And let's not forget to be kind to ourselves along the way. Instead of harsh self-criticism, why not offer the same support we'd give a friend? This shift in mindset turns perfectionism from a burden into a driving force. Embracing imperfection is liberating. It takes the pressure off and makes the journey toward our goals more enjoyable. So let's ease up on ourselves and acknowledge that flawlessness isn't a requirement for success. So, is perfectionism inherently negative? Not quite. It's all about how you navigate it. By understanding and managing your perfectionist tendencies, you can transform them into a valuable asset rather than a burden. Now I'm curious to hear your perspective. How has perfectionism shaped your experiences? Do you view it as a strength or a hurdle? Share your insights in the comments below. And if you found the video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell for more updates. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next one.